For NJ Advanced Media, I am Connor Hughes here at MetLife Stadium, where the New York Jets have just lost their season opener to the Cincinnati Bengals 23-22. And with the loss, here are your three culprits for today's defeat. At culprit number 3, we are going to go with Jets kicker Nick Folk. Now, Folk, throughout his career, has been one of the more consistent players in the NFL. Last 3 seasons, he's made something like 85% of his kicks. We're not too long ago from the 91-92% accuracy that he had in that ridiculous Pro Bowl year. But today, in a close game, it's pretty easy to find 1 or 2 plays that were the reason for defeat, and Folk was a reason for 2 of those plays. He had a field goal blocked where he kicked it a little too low, which allowed a Bengals defensive lineman to get his hand up on it. Missed a point after attempt as well. That's 4 points left on the table, and when you have a 1-point loss and you're the reason for 4 of those points not being there, it's pretty easy to say, well, that's a reason for defeat. At culprit number 2, again, another pretty obvious one, we're going to go with Jets cornerback Darrelle Revis. Revis, when matched up against the Bengals wide receiver, AJ Green, he allowed 10 catches, 152 yards, and a touchdown on 10 targets. Just unacceptable for a player that is considered one of the best in the NFL. And again, AJ Green's a tremendous wideout, but this performance is indicative of a player that was not a good player. I mean, Green abused Revis, really is the only way to put it, and just a not a stellar outing for number 24. And our number 1 culprit for the defeat today, we're going to go on the coaching side of the ball with a combination of Jets head coach Todd Bowles and Jets defensive coordinator Casey Rogers. Going into this game, Casey Rogers and Bowles said, we're not going to put Revis on an island. We're going to give Revis help. We're going to give Revis help. We're going to give Revis help. Absent a couple plays where a safety may have been shaded Green's way, it was one-on-one coverage from quarter 1 through quarter 4. And again, when you have a player that's consistently getting beat, a guy that's consistently struggling, to not give him any help and continue to just let him struggle it is a little maddening in terms of trying to figure out why that's going on. And it's easy to pick out the 54-yard touchdown that Revis allowed. It's easy to pinpoint things like that, but on 3rd and long, with the game on the line, Revis allowed an 11-yard completion in one-on-one coverage with AJ Green, which set up the Bengals' game-winning field goal. So the fact that he never had help throughout the entire game falls on Bowles and Casey Rogers' shoulders, so they are the number 1 culprit from today's outing. Here in East Rutherford with the Jets, I'm Connor Hughes.